Is your intro just stone cold?
I wish. All right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining us. I am Izzy of the Nat 30s, and we have some lovely guests. We would have continued with our King Under the Hill one-shot. However, one of our players could not make it, so I've been wanting to do this other one, and so I got the other three to play. We can do quick intros right now if you would like. I know you guys don't really know who you're playing, but you're playing Goblins, and you know their names.
Cool. So now start and pressing buttons.
You gonna start?
No, I said someone else can start.
Okay, I'll start. Cheers, everyone. I'm Kevin, and I will be playing Reta Big Bad, the really cool female goblin. I don't know if she's female, but yeah, she's female actually, and it's gonna be awesome. And that's all I got to say about that.
I'm Chris, playing old Lickwood. He is a rogue goblin, ready to rock.
And I'm Ian. I'm playing Mogmurch. I'm a exploding goblin.
Oh yeah, cool.
All right.
Now, are you wearing explosives on you?
I just go beating.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't show it, but so quick announcements. As always, thank you so much to the Armory, War Games and Hobbies, who is our sponsor, our local sponsor, Shop Local. We have partnered with them and those at the compound, including Tabletop Games in Westport, to do the word of the week. The word of the week is cabbages. These guys, I don't know what.
Cabbages.
This is how we roll. So you can head over to the Armory, War Games and Hobbies, or Tabletop Games, enter cabbages, and enter to win prizes at the stores. We also have Foundry Virtual Tabletop, which is the virtual tabletop we are using tonight. Although you cannot see it, it is what is providing the music in the background. And then we have two awesome partners as well, Normal Human Designs, who are currently making our very special 20-sided dice that have a 30 instead of a 20. If you shop at Normal Human Designs on Etsy, Normal Human, yes. You can get 10% off of your order if you put NAT30 in the checkout. And they do dice and etched glass, shot glasses and stuff, so check them out. And then we also have Wormwood Gaming, who is local to Taunton in Massachusetts. You might know them from like Critical Role, where they were giving away their dice trays, and they actually built the table that Critical Role uses. They have given us a code for free domestic shipping if you use NAT30 at checkout there too. So go check them out and use our codes. I just broke my pen.
Uh-oh.
I need that pen. All right, anyway, so we are the son of a bitch. The module actually calls for 4 goblins, but we only have 3, so I have like a placeholder here, but I'm not going to play the missing goblin. We're just going to go with 3 goblins. So
can you hang out with us?
If you want to make me NPC goblin the whole time.
No, I'm just kidding.
I can. So we are going to run Weeby Goblins, the first one in the series. It's actually a series of 5. Pathfinder Paizo adventure that was converted to D&D 5e, and I've heard a lot of great things about it. So here we go.
Cool.
So you are goblins of the Licktoad tribe, who live deep in the Brine Stump Marsh, south of the hated man town called Sandpoint. Once, other goblins tried to burn Sandpoint down, and they would have been legends if they had succeeded, but they didn't bring enough fire and got themselves killed as a result. Yesterday, your tribe discovered discovered with a V that one of your own had been using forbidden arts and was engaged in one of the greatest of taboos, writing things down. In fact, rumor holds that what he was writing was a history of your tribe. There's no swifter way to bring about bad luck than stealing words out of your mind by writing them down, and so your tribe had no choice. You branded the goblin's face with letters to punish him, which is why everyone calls him Scribbleface now, and then you ran him out of town, took all of his stuff, and burned down his hut. So that's where things got interesting, because before you all burned down his hut, Chief Gutwad found a weird box within the building, and inside was a map and a lot of fireworks. Fireworks that immediately came to use in burning the hut down. Then, this morning, Gutwad announced that tonight there would be a feast in order to drive out any lingering bad luck from Scribbleface's poor decisions. But perhaps even more exciting, all of you, so the three of you, have been secretly invited to meet at Chief Gutwad's moot house. Why would the chief want to speak to you? It can only mean that he's got an important mission for you all, one that other goblins of the tribe couldn't pull off. So this could be your chance to go down in Licktoad history. So, lying at the center of the village, let me just turn up my music here. So lying at the center of the village, the chief's moot house is a veritable museum of Licktoad heroics. It's crammed with trophies like stolen weapons, shiny bits of treasure, brine-pickled bodies of dozens of brutally slaughtered small furry animals, mostly dogs. You all are from the village, so you know that His Mighty Girthness, Chief Rendwaddle Gutwad, rules Licktoad Village from atop the Great Teeter Chair, which is 6 feet high, and it allows him to more properly look down on his subjects. By tradition, Chief Gutwad does not speak directly to his subjects. Instead, he employs an advisor through whom he whispers instructions, because you are all convinced that the words that come out of his mouth are so mighty that they might frighten away all of the words in the heads of everybody, all of the lesser goblins. So only his duly appointed advisor, this like overdressed, pompous-looking goblin named Swarb, can handle the might of the chief's words. So you all begin, having been summoned, outside at the entrance of the moot house, and you're awaiting invitation for Slorb to enter. So what do your goblins look like?
That's a very good question.
Well, I'm small. Rita's very tiny. I think we're all tiny, but I mean, I'm small. I mean, I've got really long hair, and I've got my bow and arrow slinged over my back, and a tiny sword, I believe, and a little satchel. And I'm wearing really, really cool skirt made of the pelt of dead dogs.
Nice.
I'm nasty. I got boils and pimples all over my face, and they're just popping constantly. Got my sick pet tarantula and my rusty scimitar that is just covered in rust and guts. I smell real bad.
I'm wearing dirty rags. I've got a skull cap, which is literally a skull placed on top of my head. And I use these skull's eyes as a pair of spectacles.
Nice. So the three of you stand outside of the hut. You all know each other. You grew up together. You're in your tribe. You may or may not like each other. That's up to you. But you're all standing outside, and suddenly you hear from inside the hut, "Enter!"
Oh,
And
I'm running in.
you all dash inside. So when you enter into this hut, which is again adorned with all of these different trophies of various stages of decay, Chief Gutwad sits in like precariously on top of the teeter chair. He's this big fat goblin who is sitting there, and you can see he's got his hands to the sides on the chair, and he does look like he could almost teeter over in the teeter chair. And you never have asked yourself how he gets up and down from this chair, but if you weren't a goblin looking at it, you would assume that he needs help often. So Slorb, the overdressed goblin, standing next to him, and he says, "Sit down," and is just pointing at the ground in front of the chair.
I'll stay standing for a second, and I'll turn around and look at Swarb and say, "Swarb, I have a question.
There's no talking. Sit down.
How the hell have you tied up cherry trees?
There's no talking. Sit down."
Paint their bowls red, and I'll cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter one.
What's that? A wisdom saving throw?
1 second, I'll just check. Yeah, I do believe it's a wisdom. Oops, daisy. Wisdom saving throw. DC of not very much.
All right, wisdom save. All right, let's see how this goes. That's a 12.
I believe that might be a success. Just check. Spellbook. And my DC is... Yeah, 12.
With the 12. So he looks at you, and then he looks over at the chief, and the chief looks at him, and they're both looking at you. And he goes, "Sit down."
I'll sit down looking very, very unamused.
So, as you guys sit down on the dirty floor there, not of course noticing that it's dirty, you're goblins, the chief, who you expect to lean over and start speaking to Slorb, as is tradition, whispering in his ear. Instead, he looks directly at all of you, and in this deep, booming voice, he says, "You all be heroes." I don't have a deep voice, so you're gonna have to use your imagination. "Each of you. You are best lictoads, but for me, and maybe but for Slorb. That you aren't fleeing in terror from the mighty sound of my voice is all the proof you should need. Yet soon, all lictoad goblins will know your might, for I have picked you for a dangerous mission. You know about fireworks and map we found in Scribbleface's hut. Fireworks were fun, but map is more fun. It shows a route to a place near the coast where Scribbleface found fireworks, and it says there are more fireworks there. I want them for lictoads. You all go get them tomorrow. Tonight we have big bonfire to burn bad luck away from you, and we play many games. Much fun. Tomorrow, you fetch me fireworks. If you meet men, you make them dead. If you meet dogs, you make them dead. If you meet horses, you make them dead. If you meet lots legs eat goblin babies many, you maybe should run. And if you not find fireworks, you not come back, or we feed you to Squealy Nord." So he leans back a little bit, as much as he can, in his little chair. "Hi, William." And he looks over at Slorb, waves his hand, and Slorb hurries over to you all, and he places a piece of paper in your hands, and then he goes, "Out, out, out." ouch! And he's pushing you guys out the door.
As I leave, I give Swarp a bit of an evil look, and then a sly grin and a wink. And as we leave, and he closes the door behind us. Where's Swarp's hut?
You know where Slorb's hut is.
Okay, so I'm gonna lob a firebolt at it.
He closes the door.
Primarily
Roll.
At his thatch roof.
Okay. So you lob a fireball, and you've done this before, actually. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll for attack. We'll see how if it actually hits or if it goes past it.
Goes rogue.
Oh, it hits.
Oh yeah.
And you've done this before, so you just like lob your fireball. It goes over, hits the top of the roof, and starts smoldering. And you see like a couple of other goblins start laughing, and then Slorb opens up his door, and he starts shrieking and screaming at you and swearing at you, and then he orders a couple of others to go. You what?
I point at Reta.
Oh man, I'm just dancing around. I'm shooting arrows into the air, dancing.
And he's like, no, he's yelling, and he orders a couple of others to go over and like they throw dirt and muck on the top and put it out. And there's all these other scorch marks on the top of his hut. From you.
Good shot, Mogmurch.
So.
Way to make a scene.
So yeah. Is there anything that you want to do as the goblins are starting to get ready for the bonfire? You were just given a bunch of tasks and information.
We were given information. I don't know. I thought we were given just a map.
Well, oh, go ahead.
Who are you going to trust the map with?
Not it.
I've obviously proven not to be trustworthy. So.
I guess it's Reta.
That's right. I grab it and I put it right in my skirt, right by a dog's mouth, just stuffed in there. Ooh, boys, come and get it.
Well, he gave you a couple of names and a couple of a little bit of an idea of where you are. So looking at the map, so you pull and look at the map and you can see it's really simple. There's no words on it, just crudely drawn pictures. You can see a picture, little scribble of what looks to be huts around like a bigger hut with that's clearly got wads. And then there's like this old shipwreck on the coast, and it's like circled, and then there's a creek that's drawn in between both of the locations, like leading you from your village to where you need to be.
So not something we would have to cross, something we could travel alongside.
Right. And you know that if you follow it, it seems like you should easily be able to get there, but you also know, looking at how this map is drawn, that the wreck is located in a part of the swamp that you all know to be territory of Vorka the cannibal. So Vorka is one of the greatest terrors of the swamp, at least to the Lictoads. She's a ravenous cannibal goblin who, legend tells, was once the wife of a Lictoad chieftain. She murdered and ate the chieftain, as well as several other goblins, before she was driven out many years ago. Since then, you all have heard, and the rumor and story goes that she lives alone out there somewhere along the coast, and that even though she's never returned, most goblins that go missing in that part of the swamp are assumed to be eaten by her.
Delicious.
I'm not afraid of her. I want to take a bite out of her.
So there's also the swamp, the marsh that you live in is this place that has great bounty, lots of places to hide, lots of great things to eat. There's some poisonous things out there, so be careful. And one of the great things about the swamp that you guys live in is that not a lot of humans go into your swamp. They're afraid of the monsters inside. but of course, you guys are also afraid of the monsters that are there. So if you know about the monsters before they know about you, typically you can run away. You will be in the brine stump marsh. There are wild dogs, giant bugs, giant snakes, giant frogs, and then as the chief mentioned, Lot's legs eat goblin babies many.
So it's a spider?
It's a giant spider. You guys call it Lot's legs, and it is the most notorious. It lives somewhere out in the swamp between the village and the coast. And you know that like this trail that has been drawn leads right through its territory. So there are several things to be wary of as you guys are sitting there checking out this map. As the afternoon wears on, everybody is gathering branches, sticks, unburnt timbers, and everything taken from Scribbleface's hut to build where your bonfire is going to be. And as night falls, you all are gathering with the other goblins, and you see a group of 4 struggling goblins just kind of carrying the teeter chair out, with Chief Gutwad sitting on top of it, out to the bonfire. And the chief, who's up there, you see him, he's got in one hand one of the fireworks, which he lights, and points it down at the fire, whatever that's called.
Just the timbers and the
all that
firewood.
shit. And lights it. It goes hit, and then starts the bonfire, and everyone's like,
woohoo!
And this signals the start of an all-night party. Lots of really good things to eat: fish, snails, snakes, and you get to have a chance to mingle with all of your friends. The chief brings out a barrel of fermenting cider apples, and most of the goblins, including yourselves, get drunk really fast. Unless, I guess drinking is up to you, but if you do, you're gonna have to roll a Constitution save.
I certainly have some cider. What's Swarb up to?
Slorb stays close by to to Chief Gutwad the entire night.
Whilst he's not looking, I'm going to get quite drunk, and I'm going to go and throw up and poop in his bed.
Okay. All right, you do that. So as the night, you know how to get into his place. He knows you. As the evening goes on and you guys are drinking, so whoever's drinking, roll a con save, real quick.
How do we do that? Am I rolling here?
A D20 plus whatever your Constitution modifier is.
Okay.
But if you click C and then just hit, what is it?
I got 14.
14.
Yes, 8.
8.
Where the hell's the Constitution?
So go to your attributes, and then it's down on the left side, and then on the one side you're going to see +5 saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so just click on the +5 and it'll roll it for you.
Oh, okay. Well, this says advantage, normal, or disadvantage?
Normal.
Normal?
Yeah, just normal. Oh
Hey,
my
now.
goodness. All right.
Horrible. I'm wasted or
one.
something. Am I wasted?
Yeah, so you get drunk. You get drunk pretty early on. The other two, you're actually okay. Like you have done this several times. Not that Reta
I'm a
hasn't,
lightweight.
but
Yeah.
yeah, she just enjoys her
Tonight,
You have
drink.
to
those
take care of
apples
Reta.
are getting me.
Yeah, so
I'll hold Rita's hair back.
yes, and you do, because pretty early on in the night, you just it's almost like you just chug too much and your stomach becomes distended, and then you just puke over the side with Chuffy holding your hair back. And as you do, the three of you are standing there, and Mogmurch patting you on the back. Another goblin comes over and is laughing at you and says, "Look at Reta, can't even hold her drink." I bet she can't do a dance with Squealy Nord either. And the other's like,
Squealy Nord, I'll dance with him. I'll dance with him so hard.
So you know that.
I'm gonna sneakily slice that person's his ankle with my scimitar. Very sneakily, just slices.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand check.
Yep. So you guys know that Squealy Nord is this fearsome boar that lives in a muddy pit in the middle of the village, right next to the goblin baby cages. But if, as human beings, it's actually this hyperactive piglet that's escaped from a nearby farm. This pit is a circular, like 20 foot in diameter, just mud pit for a baby pig. So you go over at that one, you slice its ankle and it goes, ah! and hisses at you. It wasn't able to dodge or anything, and the others are like, look at this Squealy Nord, come. They just ignore the one who's like, ah.
Is there an area being used as a de facto dance floor?
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna cast grease on it.
All right. So you can go ahead and roll your spell. So they lead you, Rita, as you're wiping puke off your mouth.
Burping it up.
over to it's a dex save. Hold on, let me do a quick roll.
He wants to dance. He's getting the dance.
So you cast grease on the dance floor, and there's a bunch of goblins that are, dancing on the floor, and you expect that like a bunch of them will fall, but instead they start like slipping around, and then it's almost like this choreographed. They rolled a 22 on their save. It's almost like this choreographed, like
electric
dance.
Slide.
Yeah, everybody just starts dancing, and they're all having a blast as they're drunk, sliding around, pushing each other, punching each other, and then it turns into a fight. But they bring you guys over to the pit, and you know that dancing with Squealy Nord, typically as a dare, requires that you have to spend 18 seconds riding on the piglet's back. So you see that they have Squealy Nord, and it's like running around. It looks like it's actually very well taken care of, but it's tethered, and then it's released into the pit from this like narrow corral, and you're on top of it, and you have to hold on. So they place you on, you grab onto it.
Here we go.
And then they let loose.
Nord.
And you come around, and it goes, and it's running around. So make an animal handling check for the first round as it's bucking and squealing and running around, and all the other goblins like,
Okay.
14.
Is that me that was supposed to throw that though?
Oh no, sorry.
Everybody, right?
No, just him, because he's the only one.
Oh, sorry.
Her.
Oh,
She's the only one on there. No problem.
Here we go.
Same roll.
Same thing.
So you take off into the mud pit, and it is a total mess in there. It bucks, it squeals, and within the first 3 seconds, you get thrown off, slam onto the ground, and you take, you take 2 points of, make a dex save first.
Okay.
As you go flying off, the little piglet's back, which is actually really terrifying because you guys have all convinced, okay, you're fine. You go flying off of its back and you skid a little bit, and then like hurry to the edge of the pit, and the other goblins like pull you out immediately, because you guys have all convinced yourselves that this piglet will eat you, because pigs eat anything, but it actually won't. But you guys are just convinced. And then the one that dared you, or another one that dared you, was like, they all start laughing, like, not even 3 seconds, not even 3 seconds. Does anyone
Can I
else?
shoot an arrow at him? Can I shoot an arrow at that bastard?
You can.
All right.
It'll be at disadvantage because you're right next to each other.
Oh, so I don't even care. So what am I using? Just a strength?
You can roll your arrow attack.
Okay. 1 second here.
Like longbow at disadvantage.
Can I get into my stuff? I don't know how to get into my inventory and figure that out.
So click on your thing, then go to inventory, and then right next to it, unless something just happened, because it looks like Ian had a problem too, so it might be.
Oh no, I got it. No, I got
Okay.
into it right now. So go into my short bow. Right?
Yep, go into your short bow, click on the orange. If you click on the image of the short bow, a little orange
Right.
D20, you click on that.
Yep.
And then attack at
Just
disadvantage.
yeah, okay. Here it comes. 14.
14. So
Here it comes, you sniveling idiot.
you let loose, but this one is a little bit faster and it knocks it out of the way, and then it's gonna hiss at you, and the other's like, meh. And then another one comes over and is like, I bet you can't eat a bag full of bull slugs real quick.
Why does everyone want to dare me to do stuff?
They're daring all of you. This one's to all of you. Like, you guys are champions. Bet you can't even eat all those bull slugs real quick. And you guys know that bull slugs are they're really nasty tasting, and they make a whole ton of slime, and they're really difficult to chew. But it is a pretty common dare.
I'm gonna grab the whole bowl and
Come on,
try to do
Chuffy.
it.
Yeah.
Snatch it out of his hand and just try to do it.
All right,
Try
so
to
Chuffy, Chuffy,
So
Chuffy,
you guys
Chuffy,
go over.
Chuffy.
You grab the bowl out of its hand, the one that came over with it, and it's not the eating of it that's a problem. Even though they like move around, they're all alive and like moving around, wriggling. They taste of this like rotten fish, and they burst with like this like squeal when you put them in your mouth. It's eating. You have to eat the whole bowl in a minute. That's the dare. So there are 5 slugs in this bowl, and you have to roll me a Constitution save as you pop one of them in your mouth. It's wriggling around, and you chew, and it goes like, "Eh," and explodes in your mouth. There is
That's the umami.
And there is, you know that there's this mildly poisonous slime bladder that it does have inside of it.
Mildly poisonous.
Does anybody else want to take on this dare too?
I'm drunk enough to do this sort of dare. You don't
Okay.
think I will? Chuffy, hand me that bowl.
You guys want
I'll
to help
take
me
it.
with these? Come on.
I'm going to take a handful of the slugs. What other food stuff are available?
Yeah,
Well,
can I
there's-
chase this with anything?
No, but you can. Let's see. You can not eat the bladder, but it takes a little bit longer to take that out before eating it. There's fish and snakes and snails that are around that people are eating.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, I'm going to take a couple of the slugs. Are the snakes cooked with their skin on?
Probably.
Cool.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna scoop out some of the meat, stuff the slugs inside, and I'm gonna go and find Swarb.
He's still standing. He's still standing with the chief.
And I'm gonna come groveling up on my knees, with a plate held up high, bow down. Master Swarb, we find a snake food for you.
So he looks down and he goes. He looks and he sees the skull that's like looking up at him. Make a persuasion check. Meanwhile, Chuffy, you put the first one in your mouth, it explodes, and you immediately taste that poison nastiness. You spit it out, and you're like, Rita, you can make a con save. Sorry, con save.
All right. Is it just a normal one? Yeah. Or disadvantage or anything?
Just normal.
Okay.
10. Oh, he rolled a nat 1. So he is like, and he reaches down, he doesn't say anything, but he grabs the snake and he just starts chewing on it as you're standing there. He says, "You may be gone," as he continues going and eating it.
I'll wander off even there. I don't have the spell slots, but I will cast Tactics Against on myself.
Good job, Mogmurch. So I'm over there with the bowl, and I'm just sliding. I'm just, give me that, Chuffy, and I grab it, and I start sliding all these slugs down my throat. And I roll a nice natural 1. So not only have I been bucked off of a stinking pig, but I am just chewing down a mouthful of poisonous slugs.
Yes, you throw another one in your mouth, and immediately, again, it just comes right up. And it goes, bleh. I
don't let that stop me. I do that 3 or 4 times.
Okay, so Chuffy, you can roll another con save, and Rita, you can roll another con save. All right. Okay, you both are able. You pick up that same slug that you just threw up on the ground, and the one, Chuffy, that you didn't throw it up, but you spit it out. You both pick it up, slide it down, and this time you're able to get it down. Roll another con save real quick.
Me?
Both of you. Each one you have to roll a con save to see.
Gotcha.
another nat 1. So this time, yeah, you're not able, and all the goblins around are all like, they're all laughing at you, and as the seconds are ticking by, it is not looking like you're gonna make this in a minute. You can roll one more con save to see if you can get back on track.
Is that just for Chris? I mean, or is that just for
both of you?
Chuffy? All right. The 12. Did the 12 do anything? I rolled the 12 earlier.
No, it's.
Oh shoot! Here we go, baby. Come on! I'm hungry.
Oh, Rita. So Chuffy, you just can't. This is just like
I'm just gonna continuously puke on the side. Nonstop.
But Rita, you get another one down. So you have 2 down. You can roll again.
Yeah. And I need more because I've already thrown up so much, and now I'm starving. I'm starving. Feed Rita. Yummy.
All right, roll again. Yeah, we're just starting to slurp these down.
These are nothing.
Whoa, a nat 20. The last 2
Delicious.
just slide down your throat.
Yeah.
So let's see. You roll me one more con save, but you finish, and everyone around goes like, and then as when you're done with that, you see Chieftain Gutwad. He's looking over at your little group, and he does like this double clap. Slorp looks at him, and then it's like, hold on, let me make a roll here. Yeah. He looks at him, picks up a short sword, and is starting to head over to you, Rita, when he suddenly is like, and then he throws up on the ground, and it's like all these snake chunks that come out, and he looks pissed as he looks down at this, and he's like, looking around, he's looking for for you, Mogmurch.
I'm
For a second.
stood in plain sight doing a double fist bump.
So he can't find you, looking around, but then he keeps on heading over, stepping gingerly over his little puke pile, and he hands you, Rita, he goes, "This is the Gorge of Gluttons. It's on loan," and he hands you a short sword. It's a +1 short sword that becomes a +2 short sword. That deals an additional 2d6 points of damage on a successful hit against horses.
Against horses.
Yes. So it's a +1 short
my
sword.
sword, boys, and I'm just swinging it around.
And then, so let me add a +1 short sword to your thing here, and then the last dare that people come around with, they say, "Let's play hide or get clubbed. The mighty chieftain's warriors should be able to do it. Hide or get clubbed." So they're looking around, actually, for Mogmurch. Like, where's the one who hides?
The one that hides would be Reta.
I don't hide, I dance. You saw it.
So the hide or get clubbed is the goblin version of hide and seek, and you guys have all played it before. So the dare taker will rush off into the marsh, and you have to find a good hiding spot, and then the other goblins have to find you. And if they find you, they get to hit you with a club.
Amazing.
Probably a good idea for me to get away from Swarm at the moment, so I'm up for it.
Okay. So make
Good.
a oh, go ahead.
Stealth.
What were you gonna say?
No, you good? Never mind.
Make a stealth check.
Just to 23.
Okay.
Amazing.
Are you guys? Are the two of you, Rita and Chuffy? Are you gonna go look?
Oh wait, so he's gonna be hiding and we're gonna be the seekers, but he's our friend.
You and
All right.
others. You and the whole tribe.
Okay. Yeah. Of course I'm looking. I guess. Why
Yep.
not?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. So you guys take off running. He takes off running. You don't know where he goes. Let's see. So Rita, you can make a perception check, and Chuffy, you can make a perception check as you guys head off into the marsh, and you're searching around, sneaking underneath logs. And let's see. You continue searching through, and you guys have known Mogmurch for a while, and you know he is.
You know his hiding spots.
You know his hiding spots, but he's got so many, and
Right.
it is almost impossible to find him out there. And even with all these rolls, you guys spend probably a good 30 minutes out there in the marsh. All of you, there's about 8 goblins in addition to the 2 of you that go out there, and about 30 minutes later, you guys all come back into the town, and there is Mogmurch standing there. And Florb,
Took you guys?
what was that?
What took you guys?
And Florb, who's been standing next to Chief Gutwad, he's been staring at the back of your head, Mogmurch, for probably 30 seconds or so. But Gutwad leans into him, whispers something, and then Florb rolls his eyes, comes over, and he hands you these slippers, and he says, "These are the slippers that let you climb real good. They're on loan." And he hands you some slippers of spider climbing.
Sweet.
Cool
I'll look
slips.
I look at them and go, I promise I won't use them.
All right, so let me just give you guys what you got. Slippers of spider climbing. And +1, which probably going to be needed because there's only 3 of you. And so the glutton of, or the whatever of gluttons, Forge of Gluttons. Okay. All right. So the night goes on here. What are you, Chuffy? You are a rogue. Yes. So the night continues on. And the next morning, after you guys are also, Rita, you definitely feel sick for the rest of the night, but when you wake up, you're good. And you guys are expected to set off into the Brine Stump Marsh early the next morning. So you are brought before the chief in the morning, and he looks at you from his teeter chair. And he instructs you, get fireworks and bring them to me. And to help you, he gives you some remaining fireworks from Scribbleface's hut. And these are 2 Desnan candles. So I don't know who wants to keep these. 4 paper candles. And a skyrocket.
Skyrocket sounds cool.
I'll take the skyrocket.
So Chuffy, you take the skyrocket. We've got 4 paper candles. You guys can split, and I'll let you know what they do if you decide to use them. And you you know that the trek to the fireworks is probably pretty short. Maybe a mile away, but it's through the swamp, and it is kind of a difficult navigation through this area, although you are familiar with it. So you guys head out into the swamp with your gear.
As we're leaving, I'll throw a firebolt at Snort's hut.
So roll an attack. Was that an at one?
11.
Oh, an 11. So this time you lob it. It goes a little bit over the hut, but then it lands on the other side of the roof there, and it starts smoldering. And you hear laughing and everything. And again, Slorb, who never trusts whenever you leave the hut, leans out and is like, nah! And then he directs a couple more goblins to run over just as it's starting to smoke and actually do a little bit of damage to his hut this time. And he just shakes his head at you and he's like, so you guys head off into the marsh, and it's not pleasant, but you're pretty familiar with it. As you go, you start to notice a little bit more spider webs up in the treetops, and you begin to recognize that you are entering the territory of Lot's Legs Eat Goblin Babies Many.
Oh.
So you, as you're walking through, you suddenly start to see like a shadow looming up above you, and you begin to notice that there are, when you look up at these shadows, you see that they are bodies that are actually wrapped in spider web.
They're cocooned.
Yeah. And Lot's Legs is a spider that you guys have known about for a while. She's been lingering out in the Brine Swamp for a long time, but only recently has she grown large enough to like legitimately like become a little bit scary for goblins. Let's see. So as you are making your way through and trying to be a little bit quiet, go ahead and roll stealth checks. Six. Okay.
Nothing's too good here. I'm playing my my bow and arrow, just my bow like a guitar. Boing, 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 boing.
Okay. So you guys are making your way through, and at a certain point, like you're playing your little. What do you have? You have a flute or something, right? Don't you
I do have a lute, I think, or a
Oh
flute,
yeah. They're like bing bing, and the other two look at you, and then you think you hear something, but you're not quite sure. Make a perception check, everybody.
Is it too late for me to do a sneak attack?
So
Natural.
you.
No,
What was that?
not, not,
Oh, it looks like a 7. So a sneak attack is if your party members are close. If you're not being an attempted ambush.
Okay.
So you can probably on one of your next turns. So you guys are standing there and you think you hear, and luckily you took the moment to stop playing the pew pew. You stop, and then you hear as the spider just suddenly drops down from the top, but you did not get surprised. So I need everybody to roll initiative. I think right click, maybe I can. Run away! Roll a right click to put yourself in combat state. Or I can do it if it's not going to let you. It might not let you. Hold on.
Yeah,
I
saying
think I
there's
have
no
to start
active
it.
combat
There we
encounter. Oh, there we go.
All right, there you go. So you guys can roll for initiative.
it's not letting me roll for initiative.
Me
Oh,
either.
really?
I just rolled a d20. I don't know what we're rolling here.
I know what it is. I just do it manually.
I got it. I got it for you guys. So
Ooh,
Nice.
Ten.
Oh, I didn't use a +4, but
yeah, I rolled you guys already. You're in there.
okay.
So it's Mogmurch, then Chuffy, then Reta, but it's actually Lot's legs first.
No. First
She
strike.
She rolled a
Some epic
23.
fight music.
So she is going to drop down, and she is about 10 feet away from you. She doesn't drop directly on top of you. Instead, she drops down and is hanging from the tree, and then she is going to spit her web at Reta.
No.
So I'm gonna roll to hit. So you see this web comes shooting out at you. Does a 12 hit? Your,
No, I don't want.
so you pull up your it's your AC, your armor class.
Oh, okay.
No, it won't.
No.
No.
No, your AC is a 15.
Nice.
So it shoots the web out, and you're able to like duck and roll out of the way. And it is going to then actually just stay exactly where it is, which is about 10 feet away from you as it used its action. That is its action. So, Mogmurch, you are up.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the spider. I'm gonna look at my friends. I'm gonna scream out, "Plan A!" I'm gonna turn around and then I'm gonna dash and run.
Plan A.
All right. So you, how far you're running? Like
Yeah, I'm dashing.
you're
So
dashing
60
away. Okay. So you guys watch as Mogmurch runs away.
It's like it's just you and me, Rita.
Sounds about right.
Chuffy, you are up.
Mogmurch went to that same hiding spot in the swamp. We'll never find him.
So at this point, does Lots of Legs know that I'm here, or can I do a sneak attack?
So you would only be able to do a sneak attack if you like use your bonus action to hide. Like she sees you all.
Okay.
And you would have to successfully hide and then like move around her. If she sees you, you won't be able to do the sneak attack because she's still about 10 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, I want to try to hide. Let's do that.
Okay. So you can roll stealth.
Ah.
All right. So where are you hiding?
I am hiding behind a rock.
Okay. So as you dash behind the rock, you see like its gaze is shifted towards the thing that is running far away. And you feel as though you might be pretty well hidden.
Okay. I'm gonna do a sneak attack.
Okay. So you'll have to run out from your use the rest of your movement, run over to it.
Yep.
And
use my rest of my movement. I'm gonna run as fast as I can.
Okay. So first roll to hit for your whatever weapon you're using.
Okay. Let's use the. It would have been good for me to look and see which one's going to do the most damage.
So you've got a short sword and a couple of daggers. The short sword's going to be your go-to.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna short sword. Go that route.
There you go. So 21. So roll damage, and then you'll add your sneak attack damage to that, which should be 1d6.
Okay.
I believe. Yes, 1d6.
So can I just add that to the roll, or I guess that doesn't matter. I can just
Yeah.
add it.
So if you click on the damage, oh, you already, yeah, you already rolled to attack, so you'll click damage instead. So it's 5. Okay, so that's your sneak attack. On the card up above where it says short sword attack damage, you see that?
Yep.
So click on damage. So it's 5 plus whatever your damage ends up being for the short sword.
On the sneak attack? Oh, you mean the short sword?
So it's added. So you hit with the short sword, and then you do damage with the short sword, and then you get to add the sneak attack damage too. So you just have to hit the damage button underneath attack.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was in the same card there. Okay. Oh.
That's
bummer.
yeah. So 10 points of damage. So you dash out from behind the rock, do a little flip in the air, and stick it
Anime style.
with your sword right in like its abdomen. That's a pretty solid hit. And it does that horrible like giant spider squeal and like and
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be your yeah, you did your bonus and your attack and your movement. So
How far away is this guy?
it's about 10 feet away from you.
So am I able
Chuffy
to,
is right next to it now.
Am I able to move forward and attack, or is that going to be an action
Nope.
to?
You can movement.
Okay.
You can move forward.
All right. Well, then I'm going to move 5 feet ahead of me if I may, and I'll take my short sword. Oh, do I have a special sword, right?
You do. You have a +1 sword.
I have a +1 sword I'm about to use. I grabbed that sword. What's the name of the sword? Do you remember?
Gorge of Gluttony. Gorge of Gluttons.
I say, Gorge of Gluttons, I command you to slice this thing in half. And so here I go, and I'm going to use that.
So it is a +1. So you're going to want to use the +1 short sword.
Okay, I didn't see an extra short sword in my thing. I didn't see. I can hit.
Yeah, it's there. It's just, oh, it's not equipped. There you go.
There it is. There it
go.
is. I see it now. Yep. Okay.
So actually, let me make sure that these are all equipped so you guys can see that you got them.
Oh, Gorge of Glutton.
Is that a nat 1?
Yes.
All right, so you you know what? I didn't get to use those cards, so I'm gonna do those cards and see what happens.
Cool.
Right back. So right over here.
This damn special sword already
so
did
right
me
in front
wrong.
I'm done. I had them ready. I just didn't pull them out. So because it's fun to use critical fail cards, I'm just gonna see what happens to you as a result of that critical fail. So this is with your sword attack, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens. All right, so as you you swing your sword, and in like the last moment, as it's kind of like rounding about, you feel the muscle in your arm. It almost does this like weird pop, and you feel that like that horrible, familiar like pulled muscle, strained tendon type feeling as you swing and
Got a hot pocket.
Yeah, and it's like, and you take, you have to roll a 1d6 penalty on your next attack. So whatever, when you attack next turn, you're gonna have to roll 1d6 and subtract that from the roll as your muscle. You're like, it's not your day.
Can I know I have like oh no, a second wind is more like a healing thing.
Yeah, that's
right?
healing. Yep, that's healing.
Okay. Is there anything else I can really do at this moment?
No, you guys are level 1.
Son of a bitch. All right, well I guess that's it. Kind of I'm just here rubbing my muscles, going, oh, where the hell is Mogmurch?
I don't know. He's dead.
Bastard.
So the next, we are at the top of the round, and it is
Time for an attack.
the spider's turn, and she's going to do a bite attack against you, Reta. So she very quickly, as you are like, my muscle, she's going to try to bite your muscle.
Great.
And that is a 13 to hit.
That works, doesn't it?
No, I think you're
my
15.
armor?
You're 15, I believe. Yeah, your armor class is 15. So she reaches down her like huge mandible, nasty things, like trying to bite, but totally misses you. Like I picture you going like, ow, and then like you turn to like look at your arm, and she just bites into the midair as you're not even paying attention. And she is going to, as she has missed, turn and then start dashing off in the opposite direction from where Mogmurch just went. She's going to dash off into the woods. This is going to leave an opportunity attack for Chuffy and Reta.
Okay. Well, let's do it. I wanna use my, whatever I can. Is it gonna be a longbow? I'm gonna use my bow to hit it.
It's only melee, so you can swing with your sword.
Is this like with our powers combined kind of thing, or what is the Captain Planet?
It's what do you have? You have just a short sword, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dagger,
so it's just like
I have a dart
Yeah, it has to be a melee attack. It's like a quick
okay.
reaction
Something
to
in
her
hand.
running away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So can we do it at the same time, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. Short sword +1. Let's do this damn thing. Come on, glutton sword.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So Reta, that's a 24 to hit. That hits.
Yep.
And Chuffy, 16 does also hit. So you
So roll
both can
for
roll damage. As it turns and it's like big bloated blue purplish belly. Holy shit, guys. Oh my god. So it turns around. You're level 1. Turns around and starts dashing away, but the two of you together look at each other and then just slice into the back of its little abdomen thing there, and it just like explodes, and you hear this like, and it does that thing where like it's all this nasty stuff comes shooting out the back, and it like does almost like a cartoon like flip over onto its back, and its legs curl up into itself, and you killed her.
Yeah, I do a little celebration dance, and I lift my
Yeah.
skirt up and I fart. Because
Wow.
that's how I do it. That's how Rita does it. She's big bad.
So Mogmurch, you hear from, I don't know how far it is, from 60 feet away, this loud shriek, and your fellow goblins did not follow you. It does not sound like the shriek of a goblin, but you really can't be sure.
I'll turn around and I'll walk back nonchalantly and say, "Oh, it looks like Plan A worked. Oh, kill it."
So as you guys continue, or first, I guess, are you doing anything with this body?
of the spider.
Yeah, you don't have to. I'm just asking. I don't want to take it away from you.
I don't know. Is
opportunity.
there anything in here to look? Can we look at it and investigate and see what's going on with this thing?
Yeah,
I don't know if there's anything good.
Make a
Right, right.
nature check.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut off her head.
Okay.
And so I get lots of eyes. And I'll see if it fits. I'll see if it'll fit on top of my other skull.
That's nice. Yeah, I'm
I'm
taking
gonna-
a look. I don't see much. I don't think.
What did you get? You got a 7. Yeah.
7.
It is a lot of guts, and like you guys find the little sack that makes the webbing, but you can't figure out how to make it work. You like squeeze it, trying to make the webbing come out, but it's just like
Excuse me. That was Rita.
yeah, because they said Rita. So you are able to place this like nasty, like oozing, with like a couple of jagged mandible and little whatever these are sticking out on top of your other skull, and it looks terrifying. But it is a nice like purplish color. I can't show you, but I wish I could. And you look very frightfully horrible.
Very stylish Mogmurch. I like it.
Swarb is gonna shit his pants.
I'm gonna break off one of the hairs off one of the leg and put it in my mouth like a piece of like wheat. Pick at my teeth with it a little bit.
So lots legs eat goblin babies many. Won't be eating any more goblin babies. You are truly heroes of the
That's for
tribe.
the babies.
Yeah.
Many goblin babies.
So as you guys continue on, you start to see all of these like soggy, moss-covered trees, and there are dozens of bodies hanging in the trees as you're going on, and you see that the lair is getting closer. Some of them are goblins that you notice, but a lot of them are humans, actually. She had been out hunting and doing fairly well. Everybody make a perception check.
Son of a bitch. There we go.
So Chuffy, as you are searching through some of the lower hanging bodies, you're able to get a little closer, and you and Mogmurch, you find about 14 gold pieces. Chuffy, you find 10, but Chuffy, you also find a light crossbow with 11 walloping bolts. I'm gonna actually throw that into your inventory here. So,
Hey Rita, we match.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. Chuffy get. Let me. Here. Chuffy gets
Dueling
the
bows.
light crossbow, and there's walloping bolts. And these walloping bolts, they have to make a save or be knocked prone. So.
What is that?
I'll throw the silly shiny rocks away.
All right, let me make sure those are equipped. There are 11 of them. So basically, when you hit somebody with the bolt, they have to make a save or they'll fall down. So I'm gonna write that down actually, because I won't remember that either. But they're walloping bolts. And what's your face? Friggin' Mogmurch. No, sorry. Mogmurch, you find a single pearl that's worth 100 gold pieces, gold points. And there is also 2 potions of healing. So you guys can split those between you.
I give one to Chuffy, and I'll throw the silly shiny pebble away.
So the pearl goes flying, and you get one healing potion to Chuffy,
And one to Reta.
and one to Reta.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oops, sorry. So 1 potion of healing to Chuffy, and 1 to Reta. You also find a potion of vitality. Whoever wants that one.
Who needs to be vital? What does vitality do?
Actually, it's not showing me what this potion of vitality does. So instead, I'm going to say you get a potion of heroism.
Me, a hero, right? Nah, not gonna have. Okay, who wants this? Probably best for Rita.
Okay.
Sure.
And then you also, Mogmurch, you find a wax paper sealed package that contains 6 pieces of licorice flavored taffy. That's nasty. The taffy is strong enough to remove any lingering poison effects. So actually, like, Reta had not been feeling all that awesome. And you knew that from the night before. Not bad enough to, like, ruin your trip here, but notably.
I give that taffy to Rita.
I'll take it and I'll eat it right now.
So you eat it. It's licorice.
Do I like that? I don't think I like that.
I don't know. I don't like it.
I know I don't in real life, but I think Rita actually probably would. She'd be like, "This is okay. I prefer the slugs."
So you guys head on and continue on your journey here. You notice that the lair of the spider was probably about halfway through on the map. You pull out the map, making sure again, and glad to see that there are no words on it, because words steal your mind thoughts. So the point that is indicated on Scribbleface's map isn't quite on the coast, but it's close enough that you can kind of just hear the waves crashing on some unseen swampy shoreline. So as you are approaching, you all can roll stealth checks. And it's very obvious as you come up to this area. You can see these ones here. It's pretty obvious that this is where you need to be. So you look at your map, you look up, and you see a large wrecked ship that's lodged in this shallow pool of swamp water. And it looks like it's been there for decades at this point, probably from like a really bad storm that like flung it up from the flooded swamp. And it's a two-masted sailing vessel with this strange faded writing on the bow.
No.
And let's see. Yeah, you guys can't read it, so I won't tell you what it says. It's very, very old, and a lot of the decor has like faded, and you guys have heard from prior long old tales that they've been into that ship in the past and probably taken everything from it. And there just remains this like faint, subtle hints that the ship might have been this great thing of beauty at one time. But the one thing that you do know is that it does appear to be the lair of the cannibal Vorka. So you see this shipwreck, and it's held upright in place by mud and sludge, and it now sits supported by like marsh thorns, kind of at a slight angle, and other foliage. It leans towards the stern at this like noticeable angle, but you can traverse it. It's not like you have to climb this crazy mountain or anything. And the railings are decorated with hanging moss, and also goblin skulls and bits of bone. So this two-masted ship, it lies mired in the mud in this clearing that you come out of. The rigging it's decorated with moss and lanterns and wind chimes that are made from goblin skulls. There's strange writing that's visibly written along the ship's bow, while there's a soggy, swampy kind of yard that surrounds the wreck, encircled by a rickety wooden fence. A thin curl of smoke wafts up from a chimney that protrudes from an unusual box-like structure near the ship's bow. So you kind of look out there and you see this little bit of smoke.
What was the cannibal goblin's name again?
Vorka.
Okay, I'm gonna march nonchalantly up towards the picket fence, calling out, "Vorka, Vorka, Vorka!"
Okay. So you walk up to this picket fence and you start to yell out, and suddenly you hear this horrible, horrible sound coming from the side behind some trees on the side. You hear this whinnying. And you stop. As suddenly this black stallion comes running out from the side of the ship, barreling straight towards you. And I need you to make a...
Do I have time to cast grease?
What was that?
Do I have time to cast grease?
Roll a dex save real quick, and we'll see. No. So the horse comes running out. You took a second, but the horse just comes charging out, trampling towards you. And the other two sit there staring as suddenly this horrible, monstrous creature comes running out from behind, trampling towards you, and now you need to make a a strength saving throw.
All of us?
Nope, sorry. Just
Mogmurch. Nice.
20.
Oh, 20. Nat 20.
Yep.
Um,
I stop it in its tracks.
so it comes dashing towards you. It does actually hit you with its hooves as it comes trampling towards, but you are able to flip out of the way, still taking some damage. Hold on 1 second. It's actually quite a bit as it tramples over. By 2d6. Oh shit. So that's 14 points of damage that you take as this horse, which is pretty decently sized, just smashes all on you with its hooves as you're able to kind of like duck out of the way, but at the same time, it does get you. You just don't end up prone. Hey, congrats, Nat. Awesome. Congratulations. Finished nursing school. That is a great achievement.
And
Yeah.
it knocks me
Congratulations.
flying, and I land in a heap on the floor. And
No,
stay
you're
there.
good. You successfully, like, you get hit, but you don't get knocked prone with that.
Oh no, it does. It knocks me flying because it's not the unconscious.
Oh,
Yeah, it takes what? How many points of damage? 14 or 15?
that was 14.
Yeah, how many points do you even have?
8.
You have 8 points.
Altogether or left?
No, 8 total. So it
Jeez.
almost killed me outright.
So you guys watch. You guys watch Mogmurch just go woo, like that flip thing.
Oh my god.
That horrible look. But the horse ends. It's 20 feet right in between you, Reta, and you, Chuffy.
It's 20 feet away?
So now everybody roll initiative. I will do this for you again. Sorry, I have to add you to. I have to start combat. That would be helpful.
Yep.
Okay. So it should let you click on it in the combat tracker. If it doesn't, then I'll do it for you. It's not doing it.
No, I don't think so. Not for me, at least.
I can just roll here.
Nope.
It's so weird. I wonder if I do begin combat. Will it let you do it now? On the
What am I
combat
supposed to be click-
on the combat
Oh.
tracker with the fist?
Yep. Okay, here it is. Yeah.
Okay. So Reta rolled.
Yep. And Chuffy did too,
Oh,
I
okay.
thought.
I got a 10.
I'll roll again.
All right. And the horse gets 9. Okay. So, Chuffy, you are up. The horse is between you. This horrible, stinking horse. Worse than a large dog.
I'm gonna rip out my light crossbow and knock one back at it.
It'll be
Can you hear?
it'll be disadvantage if you use a ranged. It's right next to you, and Reta.
Oh, it's right next to us. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
then
right
I'll
next to you.
Just grab my short sword.
All right. So you just have to, in the chat thing, you
Oh.
then go and click attack.
What, that was for damage or?
Yeah, that was damage. You have to hit attack to see if you hit first. Ooh. Nope. So it's right there. You swing,
Excuse me.
and the horse, unfortunately, knocks your short sword away, and you are not able to hit. Do you have any other attacks?
No.
All right, Reta. It is right in between you and Chuffy.
Is it possible to take a nice long, a nice high jump and try and get onto this mare? Can I grab it by its reins if it has any?
You can. It doesn't have any reins, but you can definitely try to jump on it.
I want to. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'll jump on it, try and control this beast for a second, or at least get on it for a minute.
All right. Roll a.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. How about an athletic check?
Yeah. Okay. Come on, baby. 9.
So you attempt to jump up onto the back of this mare. Well, it's actually a stallion, but you try to jump up. Instead, it knocks you down. Let's see, off of it. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as it knocks you with its body, and you go flying off and skid a little bit on the ground. Yeah, it is not. It is not easy. It is pissed, and you are small.
As a bonus action, can I do an escape? Can I nimble escape? I don't know if
nimble
that gets me.
escape.
Yeah.
That you can. So you don't. Yeah. So you can take the disengage as a bonus action. Yeah.
Okay.
Which means you can move away, and it won't be able to take an opportunity attack against you.
Okay. And how far away am I moving? Next time I comes back around, like, will I be far away from it though?
You can move your full 30 feet away if you wanted.
Jeez.
If you want, you can move any amount of distance.
All right.
Up to 30 feet.
Fine. How far away is Mogmurch? Can I get to him? Can I move close to him?
Yeah, he's right there. He's right next to you.
Okay. All right. Well, I just want to take a step towards him.
Okay. All right, Mogmurch. Death saving throw.
Fast.
Nice. All right, it is now the horse's turn. So it is standing there, sees you, Reta.
Yeah.
And Chuffy right next to it. What would a horse do? I'm trying to like put my mind into a horse's body.
What would it do?
Yeah, it's just going to it is going to use its hooves against you, Reta.
It's gonna try and give me a hoof 5 to the face.
Yes.
Good luck, you stallion.
That is a nat 1, so yes, it rears up and tries to do its hoof attack. But you are able to just duck out of the way. It is a pretty decently sized animal. It is going to then... Man, what would a horse do? It's going to run back around the other opposite way of the direction that it came around. So it's like going around the ship. As it does, it's like kicking its back legs and just kind of going crazy. It's gonna go. It can go pretty far. So it dashes around. You do get an opportunity attack. So does Chuffy.
Hell yeah. Stupid pony.
It's making this like horrible whinnying sound. And actually, as you're doing that, make a perception check.
Okay.
2. And what was that? That was perception.
17. Oh, what?
Yep. No, that was right. That was right.
Oh, okay.
As it's like bucking and making these horrible noises, you can see that this thing is filthy, dark gray. It's got like swamp rot kind of like going up its legs. It is not well taken care of. It looks a little bit skinnier. Its face is like a little sunken in, and it does appear like it's probably on its last legs a little bit. Like it's still big, especially to goblins, but it is like probably not mentally okay. And it is in a rough space and is not being taken care of at all. But you can roll to attack. Chuffy, you can roll to attack too, as the horse is like going a little bit crazy and running like around the other opposite side of the ship.
Okay. So is it just a regular d20 I'm gonna roll though?
It's gonna be for your short sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you'll roll the attack. Or quick
Just the
attack.
regular short sword, or is it the short sword that the +1?
Whichever one you're using, whichever one you use.
Okay. Is it?
So again, Chuffy, you just hate horses so much that it is. Then they're pretty scary. This one, like especially the way it looks like this huge, monstrous dog. You're just not able to hit with that short sword. Reta, a 23 definitely hit.
Hells yeah.
They roll damage.
Baby! An 11.
11. I don't even know if it has 11 hit points. Oh, it does. So you are able to slice across its flank as it rears up at a certain point, kicking, comes down, you slice, and you get a pretty decent chunk, and it makes this screaming noise, and then continues running off in the direction around and disappears around the side. There's blood, a trail of blood leading away, and you feel like you've pretty decently hurt this poor horse.
Bitch ass pony, if you ask me.
Mogmurch is laying there. And I'm gonna say that actually this horse is disengaged with you.
Okay.
So you have a moment now.
All right. Can I use my potion of healing on Mogmurch?
Yes, you can.
Let's do that. Do I have to give it to him? How do I do that?
So just roll 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
As you like lean back his head and start pouring this potion of healing in his mouth.
Five.
All right.
Up to 5 hits.
You have 5 hit points. You come back, kind of choking on this potion of healing a little bit.
I'll get up, dust myself off.
So as you guys are standing there at the front, you see this this vine-choked like gangplank with mossy handrails that descends sharply from the ship's bow to the muddy ground below. And you see like that does appear to be the way to get into the ship. You can hear the horse way out in the back, still making this horrendous screaming noise, but it doesn't seem to be getting closer. Horses aren't typically attack animals, although you wouldn't know that, the goblins.
I suppose I guess we can make our way up the gangplank. I'm still calling out for Vorka.
Orca the Porca, we've nicknamed her now. We're all chanting it. Orca the Porca. We're walking towards the hole.
So you start heading up the gangplank, and as you get closer, you do notice that this this big, large ball of encrusted mud on the railing of the gangplank as you're going up. Is anybody proficient in nature? I know you're level 1.
Nature?
Not me.
No.
No? Alright.
Medicine, history.
Animal handling.
All right, Rita, I'm gonna say you can make a nature check.
Will do. Nature.
A 19. So as you get closer, you start inspecting this like large ball of dried mud.
Dung.
You can see that this is a wasp nest.
No.
You can avoid it as you're going around, but you can see that it's attached to the vines that grow on the gangplank, and it's rigged to detach from the railing as soon after you start walking up towards it. This appears to be a trap.
So it's before an entrance, right? It's before there's like an actual hole we're going towards, like a door.
So you're going,
almost.
you're going up the gangplank, like onto the ship.
Is it possible, like that you said it's next to some vines, that I can almost in one swift motion grab it and pull back on these vines and almost use it as a catapult to throw into that entry?
No, don't destroy the hive.
Don't destroy the hive.
We've got to take it back.
Take it back to whom?
Swarm, put it in the hut.
Sounds good. I want to sneak past it then. If that's the case, anything.
Chuffy, you're quite nimble with your fingers and good with traps and stuff. So you try and disarm it and rescue the hive intact.
There you go.
Yeah, what is that? Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
I'm proficient in sleight of hand.
How about this? You both can work together because looking at this particular trap, the way it seems to work is like it will fall and explode on the ground and like hurt people within the vicinity by getting all these wasps all over. So if somebody can like cut it just the right way and it drops and the other person can catch it, then you should be good to go. So I'll say make one person make a sleight of hand with advantage for the coordination between the two of you to cut, aim, catch, and do all of that together. So whoever wants to, whoever's got maybe the biggest plus to sleight of hand.
Yeah,
I got +6.
So do I. So I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, either one then.
I'll go ahead and do it.
Or you each can roll because it's the same plus. So just roll once and take the highest number.
Okay. Roll advantage, you said?
Yeah, just normal because since you both have +6, it would be whatever
out.
advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. 22.
Nice.
22 for me.
Nice. So, you both you climb up to the side there, and you can see the way that it's rigged, and you slowly slice it so that it doesn't cause anything to wiggle or sway, and you cut, and Mogmurch, you're standing right below, and you catch it perfectly, and a couple of the wasps come it's pretty big. It's like about that big in your hand, but you now have a wasp.
Very, very gently. I'll slip it into my pack. Close it up nice and tight. Pack it nice and soft.
All right.
I assume we got to come back this way to head home.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So I'll put it somewhere nice and quiet and soft anyway where it gets this precious cargo.
Okay. So you've hidden your wasp nest for later. So as you come up, having avoided this trap, you come up the gangplank, and you can see the main deck of this shipwreck, and it's cluttered with objects, both natural and artificial. There's thick swabs of leafy vines that grow all over the deck, and shiny green patches of algae and moss that grow where the vines do not. Central cabin's roof has this wide edge that creates a canopied walkway along the ship's sides, and there's a flight of steps that leads up to the roof of the ship's main cabin, although the entrance is blocked by a door that is decorated with a large number of rodent and bird skulls, and there is a smoking stovepipe chimney that extends up from the ship's highest point above.
Wow.
You say there was a window ledge, like up on the top, like running across?
So it is the central cabin's roof kind of has this wide edge that creates a canopied walkway along the sides of the ship. So like the whole thing kind of extends out, and there's a canopy hanging over. Let's see. So as you are looking at this, you could see like the canopy hangs over, and although it looks like this slimy green algae is like it looks like it's coating every surface, it's not actually green slime. As you sit there and look closer, you can see two dogs on this deck. There's a mangy hound with like one blue eye and one brown eye, and then there's another scruffy mongrel that are with like this crooked tail, and they are chained to different masts on the ship with these rusty chains, and they look very hungry. The mangy hound is chained to the central mast on the upper deck, and the scruffy mongrel is chained to the mast further down. And they are both like, they stand up looking at you, and then they charge over, but they can't get to you because they're too far away.
And
And
do I have any food on myself? Do I have anything in my bag I can give them? Is anything around? Is any more meat on those rats' bones?
There does not appear to be anything to feed these, and you also you hate dogs.
I do hate dogs. I'm wearing a skirt full of them.
And the fact that that Vorka has these two dogs is pretty disturbing for a goblin to even think about. Like, who keeps dogs?
It's true.
But they look like they haven't been fed in a very long time.
Well, I said we put these things out of their misery or something. I don't want to get attacked. Are they in our way getting up these stairs?
So let me get a screenshot real quick that I can drop into the Skype chat so that you can see what this looks like.
How far away are they?
From where you're at the moment, you just came up the gangplank. 5, 10, 15, 20. They're about 10 feet away from you. Hold on, I'm gonna drop this in here for you to see. So you guys are where the 2 is, like right up at the top. So if you click on it, it should open it bigger for you.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right up near the top there.
Okay.
And they are closer. So the one that's attached to the middle mast is 20 feet closer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming around this. So 1, 2, 3, 4 ahead, and it can see you there. And the other one is in the back, on that back
Gotcha.
mast.
So we're able to go up these stairs unharmed until we get to the top.
Yes.
And what were these arrows that you said I have? What are they?
Those are walloping arrows, so they're bolts. So if you hit it, it has to make a save, or it will be knocked prone.
Sounds like a good opportunity to use one of those.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do that. So, take out the one that's closer first.
Okay.
How far
So
away?
roll an attack. So the dogs start barking. Oh, you're gonna firebolt it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Save your special arrows. Because
That-
I can do this all day.
Yeah, that one does not hit.
I will just keep going.
So light crossbow. So you just hit attack for the light crossbow.
Yep.
Whoops. An 18 hits. So let's see. Can roll. Sorry, I didn't write down the DC. That was stupid. I think it's 12.
Oh, I think I rolled the wrong one. Sorry. Oh, it's a D.
No, you did it. You did it right. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have to find the walloping thingamid thing and then determine. I'm just gonna say it's 12, so I don't have to sit here looking for it. So it. Yeah, that's a natural 19. So, or 17. So you let loose with the bolt. It hits. It does this little like explosion, like a. But the dog does a yelp, but it doesn't fall over. It does 11 points of. Oh yeah, it does fall over because it only has 5 hit points. this poor chained up half dead dog. The bolt hits it. It goes. You hear a loud as it just drops to the ground. Mogmurch, you did a firebolt. Another one.
I think, yeah. We'll do another one.
Man, you're just kind of like throwing these fireballs in whatever direction.
Singe my fingers.
Oh yes, I have the fail thing, so I have to see. I forgot to even do that. Although the next round, by the time you would have attacked again, it would have worn off. So for a, let's see what happens. Oh no. Make a saving throw with your spellcasting ability as you roll, as you try to cast your firebolt.
23.
Lucky. So for a second there, you go to like cast firebolt and you're like, how do I do that? Oh, right. And then you cast it, no problem. But for a moment, you almost drew a blank on how to cast that spell. Rita, are you doing anything?
Nothing.
You're just standing there. This dog is like, roof, this last
Well, I thought
one.
that, so it's, are we close enough? Or are we like still down on that first level? You know what I mean? Or are we up on the stairs?
You're up on the deck of the ship, but the other dog is like way on is attached to the mast on the other side.
The first one's not dead yet?
It is dead. But the last
second one.
Yeah, the second one is still barking.
And how far away is that in striking distance of my arrows?
Oh yeah, definitely.
My short bow?
Yeah, your arrows can go up to 320 feet.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take out my short bow and give it a whirl here.
Okay.
Come on, Poochie. I need another head for this skirt. Ugh.
Nope. So you let loose with the short bow, and you hit the mast, and the dog, like, it does that, like, and it, like, kind of does a little yelp, and it backs up a little bit, but then it charges forward again towards you guys, and it's actually gonna roll a strength check to see. Nope. It charges forward, and you see the chain as it lunges. It kind of does that, like, it goes taut, but this chain is rusty and old, and you're not sure how much longer it will stand up to this dog, even though it is sick and dying.
Okay, I'm gonna run forward as far as I can up to the first mast, and then I'm gonna run up the side of the mast using my slippers.
Okay.
And stand sideways, and hurl another foe.
Okay. All right, that hit.
Damage.
So this dog, finally the firebolt comes, slams against it,
3 whole points of damage.
3 points. It yelps. Its hair is all singed, its fur, and it like hides itself behind the mast and is just shaking behind the mast on the ship. Doesn't appear to be interested in lunging forward anymore.
I want to run up there and finish it off with the sword.
Finish him.
roll attack.
Okay.
Brutality.
That's right.
As it's growling and you're approaching it. Oh man, it's gonna make a bite attack at you since you missed.
Son of a bitch.
You run up, it lunges at you. Level 1.
Do your best. It probably sees my skirt and it gets enraged again and it wants to attack now.
That's a 13 to hit. It doesn't, so it lunges forward. You can make another attack.
Take that, you bastard.
Seconds again.
Nothing.
I'm actually going to attack with my sling.
Okay. So you're sitting there, you're like lunging at it, it's biting at you, and then all of a sudden this little sling bullet comes whipping out, whizzes over your shoulder, smacks it right in the center of the skull, and it just drops down to the ground. Doesn't even make a noise.
7
There's a little dent in its forehead. And the dogs
Good
are
shot,
dead.
Mogmurch. Good shot. And I grab that dog and I wrap the whole thing from tail to tip and just right around, add that to my skirt.
All right. So you guys are standing there looking up. You see these 2 rickety wooden platforms that are crow's nests that sit on the masts right up above. And they're about 10 feet above the ship's deck below, and each is linked by a pair of thick ropes and additional ropes that are hanging down from the platform on the sternmost mast to the deck. Let's see.
I'll carry on running up my mast to investigate the...
Okay. So you two, Chuffy and Reta, you can make athletics checks to climb up the platform.
Can I use my grappling hook to get up there?
Yeah.
You got a grappling hook?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
you
dude.
do.
I'm gonna do one of like the swing.
So
Toss it up
Batman.
there.
So
Yeah,
Batman.
very Batman.
I have,
All right.
I have air gobos.
Let's see. That would be probably like that'd be more of like a deck, like a, I don't know. What is that? Sleight of hand?
Grappling hook.
Yeah.
It's athletics to throw it.
Oh, okay. Athletic. So you try to climb, but you're just kind of like slide down on the ropes, then grab your own. You're more comfortable with your own, so you can roll again. Athletics. Plus, are you proficient with the grappling hook?
I'm at like the lowest rolls tonight. Everything I roll is like 5 or below.
So Reta is able to just clamber up, and Mogmurch uses just kind of like walks up, and then they kind of both stand there at the top watching, and like as goblins do, like laughing, and it takes you probably like 10 minutes or so to like swing, get it, and they're just kind of like standing there, they're laughing, they're not helping.
It loses its coolness, dude. It loses its coolness big
know,
time.
Are goblins cool?
Grappling hooks are only so cool.
But then you
They're
finally
wicked cool
get
if you're
it.
fucking 12.
You finally get it up there, and then you climb up, familiar with your own rope, that's what she said, and you get to the top of the platform eventually. But you guys feel like, besides the fact that Mogmurch has been screaming her name for the past 20 minutes, that it is very likely that Vorka, if she's here, knows that you're here too. So you get to the top here and are able to cross to where the galley is. But actually inside the crow's nest that you end up in, you see there's 2 vials of alchemist fire. So I'm just gonna write these down.
Fine.
There's a half-finished bottle of grog, and there are
Chugged.
3 Desmond candles. So 3 more fireworks.
I take fireworks and the alchemist fire.
I'm
You
just
make
gonna
it that.
I'm gonna chug the grog just with no care in the world because I just made a fool out of myself with my grappling hook and I need to drown myself in my sorrows.
Sounds
It
good.
doesn't taste great, but it actually tastes better than the stuff you were drinking last night. So
Nice.
So as you cross, you end up over in another room here, and you open the door. Roll a stealth check, everybody. Okay. So you open the door, and Mogmurch somehow, like, Chuffy comes over and is like, the Mogmurch just comes over and is like, and you open this door and it makes this loud like, and you see this room it's blood spattered chamber of horror from a goblin perspective. There are dead rodents, snakes, birds, and they've all been like nailed, tied, hung all around on the walls. At the far end of this room, there's a large cauldron that's bubbling over an iron stove that's set against the wall, and there's the stovepipe chimney that you saw extending up through the ceiling. There's a bloody burlap sack that sits on the floor next to the stove, and the center of the room contains a long, rickety table surrounded by chairs that contain several grisly decorations, a whole family of skeletal goblins, their bones bleached white and bound together by reeds and twine. This does look like a place where Vorka may prepare her meals.
You guys want to see if they have an open table?
That's
hungry?
Reservations?
I like what she's done with the place.
Yeah. I'm
Check
curious
out that
to know what's in the
knapsack.
sack, yeah.
Okay.
Chris,
So
you've been rolling high.
Yeah, let's do that.
When we find Vorka, guys, let me do the cooking.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So the rest of the food looks good. Goblins aren't typically known for eating each other, so you get close and you open up the burlap sack, and as you come closer, you open up the sack and you take a peek into the cauldron, and you can see the bubbling stew inside. There is like a full heart that's just kind of like bubbling and roiling in the pot. And being familiar with a goblin body, you can tell that this is a goblin heart. And there is also just like an arm, a goblin arm, just kind of like slowly moving its way through. When you open up the sack and look inside, like staring back up at you is Scribbleface's head. And you can tell because you guys had carved letters into the top of his forehead as a warning, that you cannot be writing. And this, as you all sit there looking at it and look at each other, is like, see, this is clearly a sign when you start writing stuff. So you'll be able to tell the chieftain it's bad luck to write things down. See.
We should keep the head, bring it back to the chieftain.
Oh yeah, you can do that. So roll me a perception check, everyone.
Solid.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
That's okay because I didn't roll that great either.
Nat 1.
Yeah. So you guys are like looking around, looking in at like the food that's prepared and like the body of poor Scribbleface who should have known better. And Nat 1, Rita, as you are walking forward, looking around, you step on something on the floor. And when you look down, you see a tail on the floor. And as you follow it over, you can see lying on the floor in front of you is another large dog. But this one looks much better fed than the others that were outside, and it growls, and you can see on its face it turns and looks at you, and it had rolled a really, really bad perception, so didn't notice you until you stepped on its tail. And I need everybody to roll initiative as this big dog turns around to engage with you all, as you have invaded its face.
21.
Whoa.
7.
24.
That's not bad. All right.
All right.
So, whoever rolled
Go,
the
Rita.
24, you are going to be up first.
All right. Sounds good. Let's see here. Can I? What is that?
I wish I had my dog growl noise.
How big is this? How big is the dog, anyways? Is it bigger than me?
Yes, it is bigger than you.
Because I have an action, or I believe an ability called Fury of the Small, and it says I can deal 1+1 extra damage to a creature with a size larger than.
Yep, this is a medium beast, so it's like a regular sized dog. So you're small, you're like 3 feet tall, so it's probably like you can look
4 or
it in the
5.
face. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's use my my special short sword on this bad Larry.
And the dog growls, and then it barks really loudly.
Back up, pup. 21.
That definitely hit.
Do this thing. Take that, twerp. An 8.
8 points of damage. Wow. Okay. So you lunge forward, getting the drop on it. It turns to bite at you, but you're able to slice it, doing 8 points of damage. That's a pretty solid hit. Are you doing anything else?
Come here, new skirt. No.
All right. Next up is Mogmurch.
I'm gonna stab it with my dagger, or attempt to at least.
Nice.
That's a nat 20.
Sweet. Damage. Just do normal and double the dice.
What was that?
You did a normal throw instead?
Great. That would be 2/6 damage.
2 plus 4. Yep, 6 damage. All right. So you, coming up from the side, kind of like jab it right between its rib cage there. It does not look good. It does a loud yelp. Poor Cuddles. Its name is Cuddles. Anything else?
Question: is it male or female?
You want to know if you can refer to it as bitch?
It doesn't say. Are you gonna take a moment to look?
Yes.
Make a perception check.
Are you in the mood for some dog's milk there? Come on, Mogmurch. We need to know this. This is important stuff.
It is a female.
Got nothing to tie these bangers to then.
No. All right, Chuffy, you are up.
I'm gonna stab it with the short sword.
Do it up.
Come on, big numbers here, big numbers. Baby.
Nice.
Nat 20.
There you go. Another nat 20. Was that two in the past few rolls here?
Yeah, 2 into what row?
Oh my
There
goodness.
it is.
Nice.
That's a lot.
Was that max damage?
Yes.
Six,
Man.
6 damage.
16,
It just
14.
chopped his
Oh
head.
no, 16 damage. Nice. That would almost be a one. So, this poor dog, Growl, you step on its tail. It turns to lunge. You stab it. You stab it. You stab it. It's just like these goblins just like on this poor dog that is like, "Arr!" And then you guys just keep stabbing it, and it didn't even need battle music because you eviscerate this animal.
We turn it into our favorite band, Puddle of Mud.
There you go.
Rough. Do I get it? Rough.
So you stand in the middle of this room with another goblin cooking in the cauldron, and you can see there is one more area to get into here, as you have a sliced up dog in front of you here.
Toss the dog in the pot.
That would make it more palatable for us. I was
Yeah.
curious to try some of that stew. Yeah, maybe cannibalism is my next move.
Rita's pretty freaky.
It's not for me.
I feel like Morka's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
The
So
porca.
Vorka the porca.
Mork from Orc.
Nano.
So, is there anything you want to do to prep as you look and see that there's one more door, and it is very likely that.
Sure. I know. I have a potion of heroism I'd love to take.
Okay.
And that gives me 10 HP more, maybe. I gain 10 HP, which I think I had some damage to me. I don't know what I have altogether now.
I'm just gonna casually swing my grappling hook.
All right. So you would have 23 hit points, Rita.
Okay. Right. Did I take some damage earlier though? 3 or 4? No.
Maybe.
All right.
Can I drop these caltrops in front of us?
You can. You're still in the other room.
Oh,
You can.
okay.
You can do that. You can. If you want to. You just
I
have to
don't know
be
if it's gonna
careful
make a
because
difference.
if you do it now and then like you step over them, if you have to like get
I'm gonna pull
out,
myself up.
you'll have to remember that they're there. So those ones will more like hurt your feet.
I'm gonna tiptoe past the cow trips, walk over to the door, open it up, and proclaim, "Vorka, we come to offer a proposal. The mighty Swarb in marriage."
I hope she takes it.
Okay. So you open this door and you're immediately kind of hit with the air in the cabin that's in front of you. It stinks of swamp and sweat with this like thick, glistening layer of mud that's on the floor, and these swabs of oily fungus that are clinging to the walls. There's a bunch more goblin bone decorations and animal part like fetishes that are hanging from the ceiling on lengths of sinew, and what appears to be a nest of like rags and sticks and mud and cast off bits of clothing that are up against the westernmost wall. But scattered amid the filth and clutter are several exotic looking man-made objects, including a tantalizing red chest.
I like red.
Merrick.
Go get him. Who's checking out that chest?
No Vorka?
You do not see her.
So that
At the
totally
moment.
ruined my dramatic entrance.
It didn't go unnoticed. We all got a good chuckle.
Okay. I shall stand guard by the door.
Everybody make a perception check.
Oh god, this didn't work out last time. Nice, alright. No. What does Chuffy perceive?
Nothing. You guys.
Jesus.
Nice.
It's quiet. It stinks in there. So you heading in?
Yeah.
We're in.
Yep, we're heading over to that chest. Shuffle over and let's open up that chest.
I'm staying by the door so I can keep an eye on the entrance to the kitchen.
Okay.
Good idea.
Hopefully
you
hear
guys-
a yelp from my cantrops if anybody comes.
So you guys head into the cabin, and you turn and face out the cabin door, and suddenly the door slams shut, and you see this horrific looking goblin she's got this pointy leather hat. Her clothes are covered in blood. Her teeth are even more jagged than yours are, as it looks like she probably files them. And she screeches out from behind the door and says, "Those ears might taste fine, stuffed with eyes." And everybody needs to roll initiative as Vorka stands there. She's actually standing on the wall like a spider.
Ooh.
And
How'd she
you
do
all
that?
need to-
So am I in the kitchen and Chuffy?
No, you're in the room. You said you were going to be...
I stayed in the doorway.
Oh, I thought you meant you were like in, but looking out towards the...
I stayed.
Okay,
Because
so if you're in the kitchen, then the door is closed, yeah.
So he's behind the door?
He's on the
Oh,
other
no.
side of the door.
Son of a bitch.
What the
So
heck,
she's-
man? You
she's
ran
in
the
between
last
multiple-
time too. Come on.
All right, let's see here. Loud, sorry. All right, Orca.
How'd
Okay.
you do?
First up, Mogmurch.
From behind the door.
Well, two can
The
play
door
at that
closed.
Game. Two can play at that game. If she's gonna slam it in my face, I'm gonna kick it back into hers.
Okay. Roll a athletic.
I don't even have athletics on my sheet.
Really? It's gotta be like fourth down.
No, there is. Why bother?
Those damn short legs.
Yeah.
So you kick it, and you get it open, but then she just slams it back, and it closes back in your face.
A lot of good that did.
Anything else? Bonus action?
I'm done.
All right. Reta, you can go first.
Okay.
So Vorka is about, let me see how big this map is again real quick. I think she's only about 5 feet away from you. Yeah, it's not a very big cabin.
All right, well, let's use that short sword and see what we can do here. Yeah. The potion of heroism doesn't really do much besides give me the extra HP, huh?
That's
Well,
important.
that's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I know that. I love that, but I love extra damage. Oh, I rolled with advantage.
That's okay.
So
We'll,
it's just the 18, I believe.
yes, so the first one was an 18, so it's a 23. Yes, so that definitely hits That hits her for sure.
All right. 8 damage.
All right. 8 damage. So you slice against her as she's standing on or like attached to the wall, and she screeches out. All right.
Take that, Porka.
Anything else?
No, that is all I got.
Okay, it is actually Vorka's turn. For her action, she pulls out one of the fireworks from her pocket. She's gonna light that. And she lets it go, and it's one of the ones that Gutwad had let go. It explodes out. She's aiming it at you, Rita. And she is going to see if it hits. As it comes streaking across the area at you, actually she's going to roll at disadvantage because she's right next to you.
Too close.
That is a 7 to hit. So it misses, but it streaks off into the room and it starts flying around. And that's going to be flying around for 4 rounds.
Oh my god.
And okay, that she's going to actually like run across the side of the door and try to like get around you guys and end up about 10 feet away. You can take Rita, you can take an attack of opportunity as she runs away. Chuffy was closer to the chest. That's more near the center of the room, so more like 10 feet away.
So it's just a normal attack roll.
Yeah, normal attack as she's running across.
Bitch.
7. Yeah, you swing and miss. Chuffy, it is your turn as Vorka is now. She's still about 10 feet away from you, but she's crawled along the side of the room and is like gone that way in your vision.
So she's 10 feet away?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that short sword range?
No, but
I
you
think that's
you can move though. You can move up to her if you want.
All right, move up to her and jump up and stab her with my short sword. So,
Okay.
Let's do. Yikes!
You jump up.
It's a little too short.
It's been a rough day. She's able to just knock your sword out of the way, and she's sitting there on the wall, hissing at you. Any bonus action?
No, I don't have anything.
She looks at you, and as you swing, and she says, "I will wear your teeth as a necklace."
Nice.
All right, Mogmurch.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door. How far away is she from me in the doorway?
She is about now. Sorry, let me look real quick. She is doorway. She is about 20 feet away.
Okay, and when I look at her, what do I see? She's got pockets full of stuff. She's obviously got a firework in her hand.
She's got so she's covered in like these ratty rags and like lots of layers with a ton of blood on it. It's really difficult to see what she may or may not have on her, but she looks a mess.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the others. I'm gonna say, grab some fireworks and run, and then I'm gonna hurl a bottle of alchemist fire at her.
Okay.
Nice.
So is that a
It's a straightforward dex attack.
dex saving throw for?
No, it's just
Oh, okay. It's just an attack.
an attack me.
Come on.
13.
13. So the alchemist fire, it goes flying across the room, and it shatters against the side of the ship, but it does not hit her. Or more so, it hits her, but she knocks it away before it can do any kind of damage very quickly. And looking at her, you do notice that her skin does not appear to be normal goblin skin. There's almost like this rough, natural kind of tree bark looking.
She got paper mache skin?
A little bit stronger, but it shatters on the floor. And let's see.
One second.
And you do see that the fire begins to like smolder along the walls a little bit, and it looks like it might be catching in the room.
Uh-oh.
All right. At that moment, you hear this loud, you hear her scream out, "Lord Longtongue!" And you see the rag that's stuff in the corner, this huge frog comes leaping out, and it comes leaping out of the cabin, out of the corner in the direction.
Oh my god.
But it doesn't get its turn, because that was what it needed to do there. Reta, you were up.
Okay, so did she not get an attack?
You go first.
Oh, okay, then sure.
Yeah.
So I want to turn to that frog. How far away is he from me?
From where you're at, probably about 15 feet.
15 feet. So I have some fireworks, right? Don't I have a couple fireworks on me?
Yeah.
I would like to take aim at that frog with a firework. See if I can't blast him in the face. So is it just a regular
So you have paper candles or Desnan candle. Do you remember?
I got the 2 Dustin candles.
Okay, so it just must be paper candle, yeah.
Yep. So you can just make a so you light this one and would throw it.
Okay.
And so this is a Constitution saving throw against for the frog. So I'll roll that. So it's like a flashbang type of firework.
Okay. So am I rolling the Constitution?
No, I'm rolling it for him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that is a 7. So this thing, it flies over and it just explodes in front of this giant frog, and it is blinded for. Okay, it is blinded for a moment. Anything else?
No, I don't think there's anything else I can really do here.
Okay.
Got a blind frog.
So, Vorka screeches as you throw this fireworks at her beloved Lord Longtongue, and she is going to cast infestation on you.
I don't like that.
Give me crabs.
Nothing I haven't had. I'll just hit him with the shampoo when I get home.
Sorry, D&D. So she casts this, and this is the one with the. I don't know why this thing isn't pulling up. Sorry, 1 second. Let me grab it in here. Sorry. I don't know why it's not pulling up here. So, a bunch of... It's not loading. This is the one with a bunch of bugs. There we go. So a bunch of mites and fleas. What the? Start coming out of the woodwork, and they all start crawling all over you, Rita. Put that into here, and I believe it is a con save. Sorry, here it is. All right, yes. So you see this cloud of mites and fleas that come out of the woodwork, and they start to crawl all over. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Wow. 16.
Yeah, you've had bugs on you before. You're not bothered by this. So they all
I hit him
start
with the shampoo.
they all start crawling all over you, and you're like, got anything else?
I'm gonna take one and I'm gonna eat it too.
She gets pissed and runs across, actually away from the fire that is starting in the back. And she screams out to her frog, and she said, "Get them!" And it is now Chuffy's turn.
Frog's blind, right?
It's like kind of not moving, and its eyes are blinking, and it looks confused.
Somebody's I'm gonna use sneak attack and hide behind the cauldron.
Okay, roll to hide, or roll stealth. Sorry, with advantage.
Oh, 1 sec. I'll try it again.
That's fine. You can just roll one more d20.
No. 22 is probably enough.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Right.
like, you're pretty well hidden. So
Okay.
so you like dash behind the middle area there, or the chest. There was a chest in the middle of the room. Hide for a second, and then
I'm gonna jump up and stab the frog with my short sword.
it's kind of like
My-
turning and looking.
Come on, Chuffy.
All right, hold on. Would that no? I was gonna say, would that be with advantage because it's blinded and you're coming out? But I don't think that says.
Son of a gun, Chuff.
I haven't hit like 3 in a row. Just,
But you did have a nat 20.
just
You did have a
whiffing.
nat 21.
I did have one. That was for hit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
And that
true.
was pretty sweet.
Just whiffing.
All right. Yeah, so you come dashing out from there, and the floor is just really slippery. I don't know what to tell you. And kind of like slide over and go to slice, but the frog, even in its blinded state, is able to just like move out of the way just slightly, and you miss. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. It is the frog's turn, but it is blinded, so it's just going to use
Ribbit.
it. What was that?
Ribbit.
Yeah, there you go. It is going to lash out with its try to kind of like bite in the direction that it thought it just felt something go. And the highest it got is a 10, so it tries to like bite at you, but there's no, it doesn't even come close to you, Chuffy. And it's just going to stand there, and slowly its eyes blink, and you get the impression that the flashbang was just a very quick inconvenience for it. Mogmurch, you are up.
I'm gonna throw my second bottle of Alchemist Fire at Bitchface.
Okay.
Yes.
An 18 does hit, so it comes flying across, and even with her bark-like skin, it shatters across, and her rags begin to catch fire, and she starts screaming there. How much damage does that do?
I think it does one. I'm not sure. You didn't put it in my inventory.
Okay, hold on.
I think it's something like 2d6.
Let's see. If it on a hit, the target takes 1d4 fire damage on the start of each of its turns, and it has to extinguish the flame, so it would be 1d4. And then at the start of each of her turns, it's going to be 1d4. One. All right. So she
25%
screeches.
chance.
She screeches out, and she is on fire. You watch the rags; they just kind of like, and she starts to burn right there in front of you. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. It is Rita's turn.
Well, I'm going to run up with my sword over here. I don't know where my weapons are now. There we go.
Question: does she have any, shall we say, flammable materials on her person?
Her clothing, from what you can see, but you can't see anything else at the moment. The clothing is on fire.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for her to explode.
Oh, let me see. Maybe.
Okay, here we go with the short sword.
No, so that the fire, as it's kind of like swirling around on her, distracts you a little bit as you come up and swing. But she is able to
Does.
shift out of the way despite being on fire at the moment. And any bonus action? And she's not too far away, so you would have more movement if you wanted.
No, nope, nothing.
All right.
I don't think I have it.
It is her. Oh, go ahead.
Is she still running around the walls?
She is still on the wall. Yeah.
Okay. And how far off the floor is she?
She's not very far. She's like within 5 feet up from you. All right.
How far are we from her right now?
So from her, you did you run up to her? You did. You ran up to her. So you're within 5 feet of her, and so is Reta. But Mogmurch is like 20 feet away. All right. She's gonna try to. What is she gonna try to do? She's going to try to.
Start of her turn, she takes 1d4 damage.
1d4 damage as she's burning. And takes damage here as she screeches. And she is going to try to put out that fire. Let's see if it works. She takes a moment and she's trying to put it out, and she is able to put out the flames on her body. But over on the corner,
What a pig.
the fire is starting to spread a little bit in the back. That's her turn though, or like her action. So for her movement, she has two of you next to her. She is going to try to scooch across the other way. This is going to leave an opportunity attack for both Reta and Chuffy. So you both can make attacks as she's trying to get far away from you. Oh wait, Chuffy, you ran across to go fight the frog. So Reta gets the opportunity attack.
Well, I'm pretty far away from her too, then.
Come on,
17,
bitch.
that hits.
Whoa, she bitch. Okay, let's see here.
Holy shit.
Bang.
Alright. That is a solid hit against her. She's running across and she's trying to get behind her frog. She screams in horrible pain as you slice through one of her legs. She looks pretty bad. Next is Chuffy.
Is she too close to me where I can't use my crossbow with my badass arrows?
She is... No, she would be about 10 feet away from you because she's coming up behind the frog and you're on the other side of the frog. So you can use your arrows.
Alright, so I'm going to use my crossbow. Maybe I'm not using my crossbow.
You know what? I'm going to give you a reroll. I'm using my point.
Oh, thanks. Alright. Let's try it again.
Did you ever use the reroll that I gave you at the beginning?
No.
That was a different campaign. Can't use that here.
There you go. You're trying to hit her, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to hit her.
Okay. So, an 18 hits. And I think she has to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. So, let's see. And she does not have any strength, and that's a 2. So you hit her with the... Oh, you did 7 damage? Shit. Never mind. So, I mean, you hit her very solidly right in the throat. It does a little... which normally would have knocked her prone, but she's dead. It just goes straight through her neck. As she's looking, she looks over and it goes... And her neck kind of explodes a little bit, and she just drops down to the ground.
Woo! You beaten your last goblin, biatch.
Porka.
But the frog here, let me see.
I gotta get that frog.
Oh yeah, that frog. All right, and it is the frog's turn. I guess if frogs could scream in pure sorrow and anguish, it would, but they don't. So it is gonna lash out its tongue at you, Chuffy, over the death of its master.
My butt, frog.
Right. Ready for it.
That is a 14 to hit.
Oof.
What's your AC? 15. So its tongue comes lashing out, shooting in your direction. But I mean, you're feeling pretty, you just destroyed its master, so just kind of sidestep, and it goes back, shooting back into its mouth. It is going, hey, Demon Pin, thank you so much for the sub, thank you. That is really all it can do. It only has 1 attack. So, Mogmurch, the room is starting to smolder a little bit. The body of Reta, she was able to put out her fire, but you're on the other side of the door. The giant frog is the only thing left in the room.
We need more fire, so I'm going to firebolt the frog.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Yep, a 19 hit.
Another 1 damage coming up.
Nice.
8.
Nice. All right.
Frog's butt.
The frog You smack it right in the chest with a firebolt. All right. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
It does this like rah noise as the firebolt hits it. Reta.
Also, shut up, Kermit.
That's right.
Hey, that's not very nice.
I'm gonna try and use my short sword to grab this thing by the tongue and slice that thing off.
Alright. Oh my goodness.
Nice. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Okay, let's
I think
see
you all
here.
got a nat 20 tonight.
It makes me feel good.
Thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you for choosing us this month.
So it's just a normal damage roll, right? Or
Yeah,
is
so
it
you'll
critical?
roll the damage and then we'll double the dice.
Okay. Come on, baby.
Yeah. What is that?
8.
So 3, so 6 plus 4 plus 1, so 10. 11, sorry.
Okay.
11 points of damage. Alright. You slice the tongue right off of its, right out of its mouth as you reach into its mouth, pull it out, slice it off. This blood just goes like from.
I'm gonna taunt it
out.
too. I'm gonna take that. I tell it to lick my butt, and I'm gonna lift my skirt once again. I'm gonna make it lick my butt, and I throw the tongue on the ground.
That's pretty horrific
I
for
know.
a frog. Chuffy, or sorry, Rita, did you have anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, Chuffy.
All right. I'm gonna go with the trusty old short sword and slash and dash. Nice.
It looked good for a second there. I saw a couple numbers. I was like, nice.
Oh, good. All right.
I don't know what is up with your roll. Oh, I already did that one. All right, so you're feeling
Slip
really
and fall
good.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, you were doing really good, and yeah, you take this little slip and fall. So you actually do hit it. You come up, you go to swing, you do this like very awkward, like almost a slow motion fall that Reta and Mogmurch like can't help but laugh at as it's happening, and you do actually hit it and do what would you do here? I'm gonna roll this damage dice. So you do 1 point of damage as you fall, and it's like it's embarrassing, and your soul hurts a little bit, even though you did hit it and hurt it. The other two are just like, what was that? As you're like, and you fall and slice just a tiny little nick off of the side of this frog. But
Jeez, what are you trying to cut this thing's toenails? Come on, Chuffy.
You know that this is gonna get back to the rest of the tribe if you guys make it back.
Please don't tell anybody about this, guys. Come on.
All right, it is the frog's turn. It does not have a tongue anymore, so it's just gonna go biting at Reta, who just ripped its tongue out.
Bite my butt. That's my go-to
It's
insult.
gonna try, but with a 5, it's in quite a bit of pain. This huge frog, and it goes to bite at you, but you are you're able to smack its side of its head, and it doesn't even come close. Mogmurch, you're up.
How far away am I from the frog?
You're still about 15, 20 feet away.
Okay. Just I'm gonna light one of my big candles. I'm gonna run up to the frog, stuff it in his mouth, and then run away.
Okay. Which one was that? Oh, the paper can?
No, the bigger one.
Oh, the Desmond candle. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. We're gonna. All right, I'm gonna say. Okay. All right, roll athletics to see if you can like really jam it in there and make it so it can't get it out.
Nine.
All right, I'm just gonna do this. Ooh. Oh wow! All right. So I rolled a 3. So you jam this thing into its mouth, run away, and the Desmond candle explodes in the mouth of this frog. And I'm gonna say it would be yes. That's all that it takes. So the Desmond candle goes into its mouth. It tries, but it doesn't have a tongue to like push the candle out in time. And its head, it just goes like, and its eyes like go wide for a second, and then it just kind of like falls forward onto the ground. And when you look at it, the back of its head is like just exploded out, and it's like all this green goo.
Nice.
And it is dead.
Woo!
Frog legs, anybody?
So you stand in the middle of this room now with these treasure objects. There is a small fire starting in the back of the room.
I suggest we plunder and run, boys.
Good plan.
Let's get out of here.
So you head over to the chest and open it. You are able to find these decorative items, some of them that are depicting serpentine dragons, towering cliffs, delicate humanoid figures. You wouldn't really know what most of these things are. Being a goblin, you don't even really care. If you were a human looking at this, you could tell that like most of this would probably go to a seller for like a good 600 gold pieces. But for you guys, you see that these are all made of like really exotic woods that will probably be very fun to burn. So as you like pull it all together and bring it, gather it up to bring, again, there's some bejeweled silver and jade lanterns that look like a coiled dragons, probably worth 150 or so gold pieces. A dozen masterwork shuriken, ivory and gold fan that depicts this gecko walking amid cherry blossoms, probably worth, a human would say about 80 gold. And you can see on the back of this fan that there was like a crude map of the Brine Stump Marsh, not unlike the one that Scribbleface had created, but you don't know. There's some kind of writing on it, not words though. A long hairpin. There's a long stick that when you touch it gives this faint warmth off of it. And then there's this little filter that is shaped like a heart, a little vial that is full of like this reddish liquid. And in the red chest that you open, when you open it up, there are several fireworks in there. It's very heavy, the chest itself, and it's clear that there was probably a lot more fireworks in there, but right now there's 14 Desmond candles and 20 paper candles, and then 7 skyrockets.
Wow.
Chieftain's gonna be pumped.
He certainly is. So let's load up, chaps, ladies and chaps, and I'll take the wand. What could be worse than a goblin wizard with a wand?
Should we try to take the whole chest, or are we divvying this stuff up?
I'm not carrying the chest.
All right. You guys kind of like gather up all the stuff in your arms and head out past the dead bodies of all the dogs that you murdered. The horse you can hear as you get out there, you kind of stop and wait. His horses are just so terrifying, and it's still making this like horrible noise in the back. You don't know if it's dying or if maybe something else has like come out of the marsh to get it, but after a moment you feel like you're pretty good to go. You dash out, down, holding all of your loot in your arms. You head back to your village, which now the trek back isn't quite so bad because the spider has also been killed. Pass by her body, spit on the ground. And when you head in, you see Slorb standing outside of his hut, and it's only been a few hours since you guys left. Just standing at his hut, just looking at the top of it, as it looked like it was pretty badly burned this time. And when he sees you approaching, you see him like he runs back into the chieftain's big hut.
Okay. Once he's in the chieftain's hut, I'm gonna sneak into his hut, close his door slightly ajar, and stick the wasp nest up above his door. Classic. Nail of water above the door thing.
Right.
And just leave it there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Might as well throw Scribbleface's head in his bed too.
So you guys head into the hut with your booty, and his mighty girthness, Chief Rendwaddle Gutwad, is extremely happy, and he speaks directly to you again, and he looks at each of you, and he looks at you, Chuffy, and he says, "You marry my daughter. Look at this bounty. He will marry my daughter." He looks at Slorb, and Slorb is just like,
Suck it, Slorb.
Bring in Goopy Wartbitch, and she
Nice.
his daughter, who's just as big as he is brought in, and you will be marrying Goopy Wartbitch. The other two, Reta and Mogmurch. Reta, you are given the title of Overseer of Village Stabbings, and Mogmurch, you are given the a new title, Boss of Big Fire. And they gather up all of the fireworks, and what they do with them, we would have to find out in the next part of We Be Gotten.
That's awesome.
You are successful.
Very good.
I'd be up for doing the second half of this. That was fun.
It's difficult to play level 1 characters, so there are 5 parts to this actually. But yes, you successfully killed Vorka the cannibal.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So
Very cool.
thank you for playing this with me. I read it like 16 times when I couldn't sleep, and thought that it would be a fun one to go through.
It was really good. Very
Okay.
well prepped. Tons of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Bunch of different characters. Spider, the horse. Very neat.
I would love to play it as a character too. So it is midnight, and I'm sorry for that. Or
It is what it
midnight
is.
here. It's 6 o'clock in the morning for you.
10 to 5.
Oh my god. But thank you guys for playing, and we'll be back next Thursday with the final boss battle of the King Under the Hill. We'll see how you guys do.
Excellent.
Now you got some more fighting, which was also something that I thought would be good for you two, who have not
Definitely.
haven't had a chance to really fight. The other one only had one battle until you got to a boss. So, the rolls were not on your side, Chuffy, for some reason. But that happens, I guess. So
It happens. Have a better night next Thursday.
yeah,
That's
we
right.
got all the bad rolls out of the way. We will do a raid real quick. And then I'll let everybody go. What about Nerd League Gaming? How about that? We're gonna raid Nerd League Gaming. I feel like I did that one recently, but I'm gonna do it again anyway. Alright, so thanks to our viewers for hanging out. We'll see you on Saturday as we continue the Bums of Greenest, who are storming Skyreach Castle for sure in this next episode.
Thanks,